Hello and welcome to the Pederscope. I am your host, Steve Pederson. We are talking about keys to being the difference, and today is episode number 53 entitled Honesty. Thanks for joining me. Let's all get comfortable here. I'd like to thank my wife, Stephanie. Today's topic is a suggestion from one of my listeners. I want to thank my wife, Stephanie, for today's key to being the difference. Kitty, good to see you on the live Pederscope. If you have a key that you would like me to talk about on the Pederscope, feel free to either offer it up here. Dennis, welcome. If you have a key that you want me to talk about, offer it up here. Or if you're watching the replay in the future, then feel free to contact me through my website and make a suggestion. I'm totally open to suggestions to what you guys think giving. Okay, I'll write that down. Great. Suggestions. Today's suggestion is honesty. So I think honesty comes in two forms. There's the honesty that we have about maybe the mistakes that we've made, just being honest about things that maybe we've failed at. And then the other honesty is being honest with others about things that maybe they need to change. So for example, the first one, just mistakes that you've made. Obviously, if you've screwed up, let's say, for example, you're at work and you sort of inadvertently made some mistakes on some reports, then and that's gotten the company into some trouble. And maybe it would be really easy and just to not, take ownership for it. It wouldn't, be a big deal. The company would suffer, but yeah, sometimes we make mistakes, and it's really easy to try to kind of cover that over and not own it and not take responsibility for it. Sometimes you may hurt somebody in a relationship, and it's sometimes very difficult to own up to that and to not make excuses about it. And so being honest and sometimes, I don't need to talk about this. Yeah, honesty will definitely make a difference. The other example would be being honest with others about things that they need to change. And I think maybe the most classic example that I can think of with this would be something like American Idol. Okay, how to let go of anger. Yeah, that's a great one. We'll talk about that too. In case you just joined us, I'm just asking for input, anything that you guys want to talk about. That's a great one. Dennis, I'm not sure if you saw my episode yesterday where I was actually in the south side of Chicago getting my taxes done. And and that is definitely something that you want to practice honesty with. You want to practice honesty with your taxes. So so maybe that's a third form of honesty is being honest about mistakes you've made, being honest with others about things they need to change, and then thirdly, being honest with your taxes. By the way, I was going to say, did you guys see the wallpaper? If you haven't seen that episode, yesterday's episode, number 52 on Do Your Taxes, go back and watch it. It's on my website. Todd's got this wallpaper in his office that's all books, and it literally looks like a bookshelf. And I didn't realize that until I saw the replay of the video. I was like, those aren't real books. That's just wallpaper. Anyhow. But as I was saying, being honest about things that people might need to change. So like I was saying, I think a great example of that would be American Idol, where these guys kind of come on the show and they try out and they're really, really awful. And they can't... This is just funny reading people's comments as they come in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the love. But what happens oftentimes is that it's really hard to tell somebody that you love, especially somebody that's really close to you or a friend. It's hard to tell them the truth, especially if they're really passionate about something and yet they're not really good at it. And so this happens all the time with performers. And if you guys want to be honest with me and say, boy, this Pederscope really stinks, you should not do this, then I would appreciate that honesty. But I think they're great. I think I'm having a great time. And anyhow, honesty takes, I think you get the point here, right? And I'll just share one other thing. There was a potential client, and I literally got an email from them just this morning, and they had some things to say, and it was, thank you, I will keep doing it. They had some things to say, and it was hard. It was hard to hear the honesty from this person, but I so appreciated it. Honesty takes courage. Yeah, constructive criticism is better. Honesty takes courage and character, doesn't it? On both ends, whether you're the one that's giving the honesty, being honest, or if you're the one receiving the honesty, it takes courage, it takes character on both ends. And sometimes there are consequences that come with being honest. When you're living in that integrity, it may result in some waves. Honesty, right? Yeah, honesty in a business will make it thrive. Honesty in a relationship, in anything, will definitely cause it to thrive. So own it. Own your mistakes. Own areas that you need to grow in, and come out with it. Come out with it. Don't mince words. But be tactful. When you're being honest, you don't want to be hurtful. Sometimes we can be honest, but in a way that it also carries like, well, yeah, I did this, but, and then we try to cover it up with something. Yeah, be tactful in the way you're honest, but don't mince words. Just come out with it. There you go. Why is this a key to being the difference? It's a key because it separates you from the crowd. It's so much easier to just kind of go along with things and not be honest. It separates you. Yeah. Yeah, there's more tactful ways of saying it than that. Honesty makes you real. It makes you genuine and trustworthy. People want honesty way more than they want somebody to be a yes man or a yes woman. That's just not helpful. And it causes gratitude. Like I said earlier, when I received some feedback, I was really, really grateful for that. And it felt like, this person, I'm sure when they were giving me some constructive criticism and being honest about some of the things that they saw in my life, they were putting our friendship kind of on the line, and it caused a great welling up of gratitude for me and even drew me closer to this person. And I can accept criticism when I know it's coming from a great heart. So that's it for today, guys. A huge topic. Thanks so much to my wife, Stephanie, for the suggestion. Trumpisms? I'm not even sure what that is. I'll have to look that up. But thank you for joining me for today's Pederscope on honesty. You can catch all of my previous Pederscopes. Thank you for the love as well. You can catch all my previous Pederscopes on my website at stevepederson.com. Head over there and check out the one yesterday on the taxes. You'll love it. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Dennis. Have a wonderful day and keep being the difference.